to learn how to use chopsticks and taste our food. I know some of you are a big fan of Chinese restaurant, but not being familiar with how to use chopsticks always stops you from ordering Chinese food. So we are going to talk about the basic knowledge of chopsticks and the right way to use them. After watching this video, you are supposed to practice it and be able to use them correctly. First of all, I'm going to talk about some basic knowledge of chopsticks. There are countless kinds of chopsticks in Chinese history, but nowadays people use the wooden one most. We're having the disposal ones in the restaurant, and the ones we can use for a long time. We can just wash them and reuse them. And there are two shapes of chopsticks, the square ones and the round ones. Based on the feedbacks from American students, the round ones are easier to use. And we will easily notice that the disposal ones are flatter than others, which means when you're trying to practice them, they're tougher to open or close. So this time, we are going to use the round ones to practice. Next, we are going to talk about 4 steps of using chopsticks. Step 1. Pick up the first chopsticks with your middle finger and thumb. This one is your anchor. It shouldn't move. Stiffen your hand for a firm grip. Have the broad end of the chopstick lay in the crook of your hand, where your thumb and the pointer finger connect. Step 2. Grip the second chopstick with your index finger and thumb. This is the stick that moves. Place your thumb over the side of the second chopstick so it rests above the first. Adjust your grip to move to a comfortable position. Make sure the narrow tips of the chopsticks are even with each other to help prevent them from crossing or being unable to pinch food. To get them even, you can tap them on the table because uneven chopsticks will be very difficult to use. Step 3. Practice opening and closing. Make sure the broad ends of the chopsticks do not make an X, as this will make it difficult to pick up food. So you might ask, is the only one moving is the top? Yes, that's the right answer. If that helps, move your hand up and down the chopsticks, but maintaining the same position. Experimenting with levels of grip. Some find it easier to move closer to the base. Others find it easier to further up. So you can practice it so then you can find it which level you're most comfortable with. Step 4. Start picking up food. Try to work from a 45 degrees angle. This might be the easiest way to pick up food. So, once you have the food steady, lift it up. If it feels unstable, put it down and try again until you feel it is stable. Once you get good at one type of food, move on to different sizes and textures. Start practicing again. When you start feeling really confident, practice with noodles. Alright guys, we just learned the basic knowledge of chopsticks and how to use them. Chopsticks are playing a really important part in Chinese culture. Even when we first start practicing them, it might be tough. But before next class, you are supposed to review the video a couple times until you feel comfortable with it. Make sure you bring a pair of chopsticks to class next time. And we will practice them together to see what problems you're facing with. As for the motivation, we're having a round trip to Chinatown at the end of the month. Try your best to practice using chopsticks because we're going to try some original Chinese food.